Hi everyone. For the domain of negative pi over 2 is less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to pi over 2. So basically, for our angle to be in between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2 inclusive, and where sine of theta, the absolute value of sine of theta, is greater than or equal to 1 is true for all and only the values of theta of which of the following sets. So I have the multiple choice part set up for you, and we're going to look at this. So we're looking, remember this, absolute value of sine of theta must be greater than or equal to 1, and this is our domain values. So I have a little graph here, and so we're looking at this right in here, our domain from negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. And your first instinct might be, well, that's just going to be pi over 2 right here. But let's look at it. We know the absolute value of sine of pi over 2. So sine of pi over 2 is 1. So we know that equals 1. Or you could say 1, absolute value of 1 is 1. But now let's look at this one, negative pi over 2. So we do the absolute value of sine of negative pi over 2. And that equals negative 1. We see that here. But when we take the absolute value of it, it is positive. So we actually have two values. And there's no other values here on the graph where sine equals 1 or negative 1. So, and it doesn't go higher than 1. So it actually equals to 1. And that answer would be A. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.